no? So good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today, and especially joining our Jonathan, the founder of Truly Panama, was DMC for Panama. So Jonathan, you have a good subject today, this perfect stopover destination. We'll let you go for it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for the introduction, Dominique. I'm very happy to be here. And definitely, I'll be talking a little bit about Panama as a stopover destination. Our last webinar was about cultures and people, and there's still some element of that here. So we'll start now. So a little bit about our company, Truly Panama. I founded the company in 2011. We are a DMC based in Panama City, and we operate throughout the entire country. We design tailor-made itineraries for a variety of clients, all the way from families to couples and so on. I'll talk a little bit more about that. And all of our team is based in Panama. All of our operations team, guides, and so on are based all over Panama. I explain a little bit about our services: private guided journeys, exclusive cultural encounters, personalized travel design, luxury hotels and boutique hotels. We also do event planning and logistics. And we also cater to a very unique niche market, which is the kosher travel market. We can also specialize on that very important market. Our clients, like I mentioned, we have multi-generational families. We have group journeys. We have couples, and we have corporate and leisure retreats as well. Why Panama? So here we talk a little bit about the connectivity, which is what the stopover is really all about. Panama has a great connectivity with Copa Airlines. There are some other airlines that travel to Panama directly as well from the US. So you have connectivity from all main cities in the US. You have connectivity from all over Latin America and also the Caribbean. So if your clients are choosing to go to a different destination, for example, like Galapagos, Panama is an excellent place to maybe on the way back, stop for a few nights and enjoy the city, or even two destinations. And I'll elaborate more about that. This is why Panama, second point, is a very good quick getaway. So you can also do Panama as a quick destination for a long weekend, 4 nights even. Short domestic flights. So domestic flights are anywhere between 50 minutes, 50, and 1 hour and 20 minutes to beautiful Islas Secas, for example. We have a very, very rich biodiversity, and it's still off the beaten path. So it's very well preserved, lots of national parks, tropical climate all year round. I'll be talking about the weather as well soon and the seasonality. The Panama Canal, obviously a major place to visit. Modern infrastructure, 2 oceans. We have both the Caribbean and the Pacific, and we have a very unique cultural heritage. Panama year round. So the dry season and the high season is mid-December to March, ideal for beaches, outdoors activities. Green season is April through mid-December, and that's lush landscapes, excellent wildlife, so you can do amazing birding. And then we have some special moments like whale watching, humpback whales on the Pacific side from June to October, turtle nesting July through January, and bird watching is really all year round. We have over 1,000 bird species, so very, very unique. It's a cultural crossroads as well. So Panama has 7 different indigenous tribes. We also have a very strong Spanish and French colonial heritage. If you visit the old quarters in Panama City, for example, we have a very strong Afro-Caribbean traditions, both in, let's say, on the Caribbean side in Bocas del Toro, but also Portobello, which is only 1 hour and 30 minutes away from Panama City. And we're also very international. It's a very, very interesting melting pot of cultures here in Panama. Panama City, and this is one of the reasons why Panama is such a great place as a stopover, because the city itself is an adventure hub. From Panama City, you can enjoy rainforests, you can enjoy beaches, you can enjoy culture, you can enjoy amazing dining, amazing restaurants, in just a very, very short trip. So we'll talk a little bit about that. So here we have, for example, some of the adventures that you can do from Panama City. You can take an off-road vehicle, just say, and go up in the mountains, city, go to the Caribbean side, see the canal from above, and then fly back, or just go freshwater fishing, for example. So there are several activities that you can do. Whale watching on the Pacific side of Panama, also very, very interesting activity that you can do from Panama City. Take a boat and go out to see the whales. Then something very unique is, for example, on the Caribbean side, if you do take a 1 hour and 20 minute transfer to the Caribbean side of San Lorenzo, you have history all the way from the 1500s to the 2026. For example, visit a former Spanish castle and fortress, hike in the San Lorenzo National Park. You can do birding. You can also see what used to be the former U.S. military bases. There are hidden bunkers in the jungle that you can encounter. And also you have the Panama Canal. And the Panama Canal, you can see both the original locks that were inaugurated in 1914, but you can see also the new locks that were built and inaugurated in 2016. So much history in one small place, all in 7 hours, away from Panama City, only an hour and 20 minutes. So very interesting. Like I said, Spanish forts, the Panama Canal. Obviously, the Panama Canal is something that a lot of people ask about in terms of what is it all about and how does it work? Do you go see a ship transit or do you sail through the canal? And the reality is that there are many, many ways to see the canal and to learn about the canal. So if you're an engineer, you can get a VIP access to see the ships and the locks opening right in front of you and see how everything works. If you're more into how the nature of the Panama Canal works, then you can go into the rainforest and understand how this is so important for the survival of the Panama Canal, which is really a water management company. So there are really a lot of different points that you can talk about. It's not only about seeing a massive ship transit the canal. So obviously the rainforest, this is only 35 minutes away from your hotel in the city. Amazing hikes, beautiful biodiversity. So you can leave your hotel at 9 o'clock in the morning, go do a half-day hike in the jungle, see sloth, monkeys, and so on, and then come back to your hotel, have a hot shower, and then go out in the afternoon to a rooftop and have some drinks and a nice dinner. So really a lot that you can offer. As I was mentioning, the Panamanian folklore and rich cultural heritage, this is very diverse. It's very important to us, and it's something that you can see even with a short visit to Panama. For example, the Congo traditions, which are in the Portobello on the Caribbean side of Panama. Here you see a picture of that. It's something that you can enjoy only an hour and 30 minutes away. You can go and do that, plus mangrove kayaking, snorkeling, beaches, and so on, and then come back to your hotel in the afternoon. So really a lot. The Panamanian gastronomy is now really elevated. You have both international cuisine and Panamanian cuisine to the next level. We have some really, really nice restaurants. Also the local markets, try fresh ceviche, try local fruits and vegetables, which are very unique to Panama. I think we are starting to rediscover this again. And I think this is very important in terms of developing new experiences. It's opening the doors to markets that were not active, and now they are more active because visitors are coming. So this is very special. The Afro-Caribbean heritage, like I mentioned, UNESCO World Heritage, something close to Panama. A deeper connection with nature. So here, for example, if you explore the Chagres National Park, it's only an hour and 20 minutes away. Take a little dugout canoe and go up the rainforest, and you can visit one of the native communities that live in the rainforest, and they preserve the rainforest because they rely on it. Jump in a waterfall, learn about their culture and so on. So a lot of these activities, like I mentioned, they are only day trips from Panama City that you can do, not to mention what you can do in the city itself. And then we have other regions that are very short flight away, like Bocas del Toro, only 50 minutes away with beautiful beaches, beautiful hotels. I'm going to show you this in a moment. But basically you can do beautiful island hopping, snorkeling, and also, again, the culture in this region is very, very unique. These are the Nobe people. They have their own cooperatives that work the cacao. And this is the cacao that goes out to the big brands in Europe and the US and so on. So it's very interesting from a cultural standpoint to see how this works and where it comes from. So connecting with the land and the people is very, very important. Here we have, for example, the San Blas Islands, or also on the same corridor as Bocas del Toro. So not that far from Panama. It can be a short private flight away, only 50 minutes away by private plane or helicopter. Or if you want the adventure of taking a 4x4 vehicle and going for the day, that can also be done. Depends on your level of energy. But these are beautiful islands and they're not that far away. And you also have the Pearl Islands on the Pacific side, which are from Panama City. So you take a boat, it's only an hour and 20 minutes away by boat, and you have amazing fishing, amazing snorkeling, whale watching. You see whale sharks, turtles, and so on. So really so much to offer only from Panama City. A little bit about how we work with communities. So each time we have an opportunity, we like to support our local communities. and mostly the more remote ones that have issues with water or basic services like electricity, education, even, and so on. And also a lot of environmental positive impact on the environment, mostly with coral restoration projects that we work with. So a little bit about the properties. I'll show you in general some of the properties that we work with in different areas. So this is Sofitel Legend in Panama City, for example. This is in the old quarters, and the old quarters are in Panama City, but it's like a separate bubble from the high rises and so on. This is the colonial part of Panama, where you have the nicest boutique hotels, beautiful rooftops for cocktails. You have excellent restaurants, all from international and Panamanian cuisine as well. And it's really nice to walk around, and also very close from everything from the Panama Canal, from other restaurants. You have the Amador Causeway. You can rent bicycles there and drive along the bay. So all of these are, it's a well-positioned property, just like other ones in the area. This is a new property that opened its doors a few months ago. It's called La Compañía del Valle. It's a spa retreat up in the mountains. It's only 2 hours away from Panama City by car. So like you see, it's not only about flying into Panama City and staying in the city. You can easily do 2 nights in Panama City and then 3 nights up in the mountains, or even 3 nights out in one of the beaches, because the flights are so short. So with 5 nights or 6 nights in Panama, you can do a beautiful beach and mountain, or a beautiful beach and a beautiful city and mountain, or city and beach getaway in a very short time. So very, very interesting. You can see here the spa of the hotel. This is Nayara Bocas del Toro, also a beautiful property on the Caribbean side of Panama. This is, like I mentioned, it's only a 50-minute flight, so 50 flight from Panama City, and then it's only a 20-minute transfer by boat to the hotel. So this is a really beautiful property. Only adults. The casitas are mostly set up for couples. They're all king beds. But it's a private island, and you have all kinds of activities from there. You can do island hopping, snorkeling, scuba diving, mangroves, culture, and so on. So very, very, very interesting place to combine with Panama City. In Calerida, this is another property. It's a very local hotel up in Boquete in the mountains. It's also a very short flight from Panama City, only 50 minutes to an hour. And then you go up to the mountains. It's only a 1 hour transfer, and you're up in the coffee region. This is between 1,200 and 2,000 meters above sea level. And this is where some of the best coffee in the world is produced. It's called the Geisha variety. It has nothing to do with Japan, but it is a very interesting region, different culture. And so, like, for example, when you're in Panama City, you experience the rainforest, and then you can come here and you experience the cloud forest, which are two very different environments. You can see the resplendent quetzal, which is a very difficult bird to spot, but very beautiful. And then visit the coffee plantations, water rafting, zip lining, e-biking, all kinds of things. And the town is also very beautiful. So lots of experiences in this region. Then we have Isla Palenque in the Gulf of Chiriquí. This is also a very short flight from Panama City. And then from there, you take a 1 hour transfer to the coast and a short boat to the island. It's a private island. It has 8 beach casitas, as you can see there. It's great for families. You open the door and you go out, you're right in front of the beach. And then you have a 6-bedroom villa as well that you can use for families or a variety of couples and so on. So it's a really, really nice place to escape. Then we have another very beautiful property called Islas Secas. Some of you may know it, some of you may not,
I hope
but
so.
it is a spectacular property, also part of Dominique's collection. This property is very unique. It's a private island, and it's really a private reserve, which is what makes it more special. It's a private reserve of about 14 different islands on the Pacific side. To get there is only an hour and 20-minute flight with their own private plane. So you fly with other guests, or you can charter it privately. And you land on the island, and from there immediately you do check into your casita or the big villa, depending on how many people you are. And there you have all kinds of activities, from amazing scuba diving, you have marine safaris. That's a very, very rich area for marine life. So lots of different activities based on that. Obviously, scuba diving, snorkeling, marine safaris, and so on. You can easily spend 4 to 7 nights there exploring, and you won't stop. So it can be as active or as relaxed as you want it to be, and very, very easily to combine with Panama City, as you see, because you just take a direct flight from Panama City directly to Isla Secas. A little bit about how we work is very, very easy. I personally am the person that designs all of the itineraries for all of your requests. I have a lot of fun with it. So I'm going to be your initial contact always. Once I get the information about your clients, I design the itinerary, and then from there I send you a first proposal, and then we start working in fine tuning. We always give a breakdown of our itinerary, so you're always going to see line by line exactly what we are quoting. We can work gross or we can work net, really depending on how you work. We can adapt to that. And then once you confirm the itinerary, we finalize details, and then we open a support WhatsApp group for your clients with your permission, of course, 3 days prior to their arrival, so we can start answering any questions. And from there, our team is going to be 24/7, including myself, if you need any assistance. So in general, it's very straightforward. Everything that we do, we're also very open to, for example, if you already have a relationship with a hotel brand, and you want to work with them directly, we are flexible. It doesn't have to be, of course, we would prefer that you do everything with us, but we are flexible. We want to work with you. And more importantly, we want you to get to know Panama. It's a truly magical place. So with that, I leave you with a little bit of information. If you want to scan my code or take my email, you have it there. And I don't know if Dominique, if anybody has any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer. And thank you all again for joining your next stopover in Panama.
Oh, thank you very much, Jonathan. I think everybody would agree. That was a magnificent presentation, short, well done. You cover everything. And then people could see how much flexibility you have. And I think everything you said is what people are expecting these days, advisors are expecting. Huh? Robert, you were wondering if there is any active volcano in Panama.
Right. So there aren't any active volcano. There's a dormant volcano. It's called the Volcán Barú. Okay. It's on the province of Chiriquí, where I mentioned the coffee region. And there are ways to visit it. If you want something a little bit less adventurous, you can take a 4x4 vehicle and go all the way to the top with spectacular views. It is the highest point in Panama, about 13,000 feet above sea level. And with good weather, you can see both oceans, which is quite spectacular. So that would be the one volcano experience is not active, and the other one would be El Valle de Anton, which is already it's already an extinguished volcano. However, the town sits in what used to be the crater of the volcano, so you can actually go up to what was the ring of the volcano, and then you have these spectacular views of the whole area. So lots of hiking and birding and so on in that area.
Alors, Robert, you're also saying that the Panama Canal Administration building has a wonderful museum and view from the top of the hill. Huh?
That is correct, Roberto. Thank you very much for that. And it is part of a city tour. When we do the city tour, we take you there. It's an iconic building, and it has some interesting things, like you can see these palm trees that are in line right in front of it. And it actually is that the US, when they built this building, the palms are actually the same width of the canal. So it's very interesting. Lots of things to see. Yeah.
Now, and the other question about the Canal of Panama is, can Jonathan comment on the best time to visit the canal when ship pass but less crowded? Huh?
Yeah. So the visitor centers, are public, so everybody is, able to visit them. I think that usually between December and March is going to be more crowded, but then also the option of the VIP pass is something that will help you navigate that a little bit. Or if you go to the canal on the Caribbean side, is a larger visitor center, so you're a little bit more comfortable there and you can see everything. So yeah, sometimes it gets crowded. It's something to know, but you can see the ships and you can always ask for that VIP. And if it's available, we can definitely make it happen.
Same question from Robert. Do you arrange in-country air?
Yes, that is correct. We can work on domestic flights. Absolutely not a problem. We can do domestic flights commercially, or we can do charters. Either way is fine.
Just someone is mentioning that they would love to see a map of Panama in the future presentation, as she is or he
Absolutely.
is geographically challenged.
You're absolutely right. And I'll
Yeah.
definitely make sure to put that in another one. And I will send you a follow-up anyways, and I will make sure
Include the
to
map.
give you a
Huh?
map. Yes, that
Yeah.
is correct. That is a good idea. Thank you for that.
Okay. So Anne, you're asking what are the best activity for active couple coming for a short stay in February?
Oh, absolutely. So if they're coming for a short stay, I would definitely recommend that you do a full day out in the rainforest with a boat on the Gatun Lake, which is part of the Panama Canal, where you can see tons of flora and fauna. And then you can do that same day, you can do a hike in the rainforest, which is nearby, and this is only 35 minutes away from the city. I would also recommend exploring Portobello on the Caribbean side, which is a UNESCO site and also a national park. And in this area, you can do mangrove kayaking, you can do amazing snorkeling, you can visit former fortresses in that are here hidden in the jungle. So that's also a very interesting area to visit. And if you like to hike and you have a not amazing physical conditions, but good, I would say also go to El Valle de Anton, which I mentioned the compañía there, the spa retreat. And there you have some amazing hiking up in the mountains where you can see some spectacular views, and all of this relatively close to the city. So these are some of the ideas I can give you. There's way more, but that's
Yeah.
definitely some of that. And there's bicycling and ATVs and so on as well.
Voilà. But Han, you can give the dates to Jonathan. Jonathan is going to be sending everyone the recording, and also you will have his email ready, and you can continue the conversation. Meg,
Absolutely.
Meg, would you, can
Absolutely.
you briefly explain the difference between cloud and rainforest?
Absolutely. So yeah. So the first thing is I'm not myself a biologist, so I would tell you from a more let's say a visitor's perspective. But the rainforest is more to ocean level, so it's less altitude than the cloud forest. You do have similar species in one and the other, and then the cloud forest is going to be usually starting between 1,000 meters and up, and this is going to be more the cloud forest. But in terms of biodiversity, I would say that they're very similar up to a specific point. Once you start going from 2,000 meters up, then maybe you start seeing some different plants. So maybe plants start getting smaller because you have less oxygen at that altitude, and so you may also see a variety of different birds. But in general, if you stay around that range of altitude, you more or less see more or less the same type of wildlife, both in the cloud forest and in the rainforest, but the altitudes are really what make it different.
All right, thank you. Alejandra, you said hello, Jonathan and Dominique. Interesting presentation. Thank you very much. Hélène, yes, we are going to sending the recording. Voilà. So I think we have done everything. Do you want to close the presentation so I can we can see you a little more? And I will take a
Yeah,
little
sure.
screenshot of us. Voilà, perfect. Huh? So yeah,
Thank you.
thank you very much,
Yes.
everyone, for joining us.
Well,
Huh? And all
thank you all. Yes.
you wanted to finish and do something at the end, huh?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I will just show you a little bit. I was trying to avoid this, but I can't. So I'm
Gonna-
going to just show
Voilà.
you. This is the Pacific, very, very remote today. It's called
Yeah.
Cambutal. So I leave you with this in mind and come to Panama. We're waiting for you.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much again. Wonderful presentation. I hope everyone is sold on Panama. Some of you just returned or have been, but there is so much to see, huh? And direct flight for everyone, huh? Thank you
Direct flights.
again. Bye bye, everybody.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Jonathan.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.